Well, here is a question. Is the most wonderful time of a year hurting Wall Street? Well, for that answer this Money Monday, of course, we brought back Kyle Wingfield. He is our financial expert and the owner of Finley Alexander Wealth Management. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. We're coming to the end of the year, and I think a lot of us just want to do the right things as we enter into 2021 and close out this horrible year. But there is a way that we can, step out on good footing as we go into 2021. You said there's three things to consider, correct?
Correct. When it comes to your portfolio, comes to investing, I think three things I always like to help people think about at the end of the year is I got 3 R's for you. For the first one's revisit. So the whole purpose, Elsa, of saving money is to spend it at some date, right? So when I say revisit, I want people to go revisit their time frames. Like, when do they think they're going to want to use this money? Is this for retirement? Is it for a kid's education? Are we saving up for a house? What's the time frame? What's the outcome? What outcome are we trying to achieve? And more importantly, say, okay, well, if I'm going to revisit this, what's the intention? What's the purpose? Once you can get clear on that, that starts to guide the rest of your thoughts.
Okay. So that's the first one. Mm-hmm. Second one,
refocus. So a lot of the jargon in my industry is to say rebalance your portfolio, and I think a lot of people may or may not know what that means. So I like to just say refocus, because if we just did the first one by revisiting, now we can have some focus and say, okay, based on how my portfolio is allocated, what I'm investing and how much I'm saving, do I have the right investments? Are they aligned, and are they aligned with what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to accomplish? And that's how come you refocus, because you could rebalance the portfolio, or you could look at other options.
I love all this because it's starting from the top down. You're thinking about what it is that you want for your life, what it is that you want to potentially purchase, and sort of working backwards, as opposed to how much can I accumulate just in general, correct?
Correct. Always start with the end in mind, as they say, with goals-based investing, purpose-based planning. That's how you should do everything, because money has a purpose, right? It's not arbitrary.
Got it. All right. And there's a third part of this.
Review your risk. So I say this because most of us start investing, if we're fortunate enough, when we're younger, 20 or 30 years old, and that risk profile or the amount of growth or aggressiveness you have in your portfolio could be something you're fine with, because you don't need the money for a long period of time. Now, what I've noticed is that people end up, aging, and you're 50 or 60 years old, but you never looked at your risk. You kept the same risk the whole time. So I'm always encouraging people to review their risk in their portfolio and say, is this aligned with where I'm going, what I want to accomplish, and the outcomes I want?
And this goes in line with your thinking of, it's not a good idea to just set it and forget it. We need to be doing this annually.
Annually at least. But yeah, certainly don't set it and forget it, because I think sometimes that's what leads to a lot of unnecessary pain and upset and hurt.
And so right. And as we're talking about the holidays and holiday spending, that spending's not doing anything for our portfolio, but technically maybe hurting it even.
Well, yeah, because your money can only do one thing, and you went out and spent it, which is fine. That's what we do in the holidays, right? But at the same time, you could have invested it, and that's how you would see an uptick in your portfolio, perhaps. But again, remember, the market, you have goals for your money, but the market has no goal. So keep that in mind. Okay.
Yeah, just to take our money, maybe.
Right.
Maybe that's part of it. All right. So if we need help navigating all of this and planning our financial future, you can help us with that, correct?
Correct, I can. And I would encourage you all to go to finleyalexander.com/risk. So if you've never done a risk review of your portfolio, we'll provide one complimentary for you.
Right. Perfect. All right, Kyle Wingfield, thank you so much for being here for this Money Monday on Midday Maryland. How about that? Too many M's. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned.